I took my portfolio to 50% cash this morning. What broke the straw, that really made me do this was I read a report that one of the founders of Snowflake became a multi-billionaire as a result of the stock that Berkshire Hathaway bought in their IPO. That isn't supposed to happen. It caused me to reflect back in the early 2000s. My son and I were in Bradenton. I was a financial advisor for Ameriprise, American Express, and we were having a conference down there, and we were walking the beach. And my son asked me what I thought about the market, and I said, I'm not feeling good about it. And he said, why? I said, because there are secretaries in San Francisco who are becoming millionaires. He said, what are you talking about? I said, well, these small .com companies are issuing stock to their staff in lieu of salaries because they don't have any money. And now these .coms are becoming IPOs, and these young secretaries and clerks who have stock in these companies are becoming millionaires. That's not how the system works. So it's broken. So I'm not comfortable with it. Then I can remember he came to me, sometime around, I guess it was '06, '07, '08, and he said, hey, I've got a mortgage on my house, and my mortgage broker has said that he'll refinance my house, and I'll have no interest payments till 5 years from now, and that my payment will be substantially lower because all I'm doing is paying the interest on it. And we know the value of the house is going up. The worst thing that could happen is I get to the end of the 5 years and the balloon note comes and I can sell the house for a profit. My wife and I, we've been talking about moving to the beach anyway. I said, don't do it. He said, why not? I said, because the system doesn't work that way. That's indication that the system is broken. And when the system is broken, it's gonna collapse. And sure enough, the dot-com bubble, the real estate crisis occurred. So yesterday, when I heard that this founder or major player in the Snowflake deal became a multi-billionaire, I said, that isn't supposed to happen. And then when I looked a little deeper and I saw that this is a company that wrote a offering that says if they hit certain levels, they could issue more stock, which they hit, which would dilute the ownership of the people who bought up front and early on. And I said, that's screwy. That isn't supposed to happen. And then I saw this Open Door new Slack come out, and I know something about the flipping business. I'm in the real estate business. I know that Zillow's not making money, but yet this company said they're making $20,000 per house, and I know that isn't possible. The system's broken. I saw Lemonade come out as a stock, and all it is a brokerage firm. They don't even hold the insurance. They sell the insurance that they sell to Berkshire Hathaway, but they promise you that you'll get faster service and you'll deal with a bot, and we'll guarantee that you make a claim. And oh, by the way, if you're honest with the claim, we'll give part of your premium to the charity of your choice. That's just smoke and mirrors. And I'm afraid that's what a lot of this is. And then you add to that hell, we're going through an economy collapse. I mean, the hotel companies, the restaurant companies, the airlines, the crew lines are not making any money. The banks you borrow at 1%, and everybody's borrowing, and you've got all these slack companies just pouring on the debt, and you got zombie companies running around, and they got no problem because the interest rates are low. And then you've got, because interest rates are so low that pensions can't get the 8% they need to pay the pension obligations that they got coming up with their baby boomers who are retiring. And so they're going out further on the risk curve, and you're going out further on the risk curve. And the system's broken, and it's going to collapse. So I went 50% cash. Why only 50%? Well, I put my 50% that I'm keeping in, let's see, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, and Square. That's all I own now. And that's 50% of my... Why? Because I know when the Titanic sunk, everybody on the Titanic went down. Everybody. I mean, the ship went down, everybody. And I can see that final scene when the ship went down and it just sucked everybody down with it. It was like a toilet flushing. Everybody got sucked down to it. And I remember them talking in the lifeboats, get as far away as you can, because when the ship goes down, it's going to suck everything down. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. When the hurricane hit southern Alabama, there were some people who said, I've been through this before. I'm getting the hell out of town. They came up here to Birmingham. I've been through this before. I've been through the dot-com bubble. I've been through the subprime crisis, the real estate crisis. I've been through it before. I know what's going to happen. So why did I stay with those 5-6 stocks? Because they've got money in the bank. Snowflake doesn't. Lemonade doesn't. Nikola doesn't. Helion doesn't. They don't have money in the bank. And so when they go under, they don't have a life preserver. They're going to drown. They're going to drown. Kevin O'Leary said on CNBC this morning, 25% of the companies that are functioning right here today are going to file bankruptcy. They're going to get wiped out. I agree with him. Then they immediately put a guy on who's pumping his new 15 years it took him to build this massive office building in downtown New York. And he's saying, oh, yeah, this is going to turn around and the economy is going to come back. Wait a second. They're vacating New York. It's like New York is getting hit with a hurricane. They're vacating San Francisco. They're moving to Birmingham. The same attitude that I saw around the dot-com bubble, they don't need to make money. This is a new technology. They don't need to make money. Well, they did. Now, some of them survived and have turned into the behemoths that I now own. And I will continue to own. I'll probably ride it with the 50%. To just illustrate how much I believe I should have get out of that, I liquidated my stocks and I bought a Powerball ticket. I think my chances are better winning the Powerball than riding this out. And so I urge you, if you want to stay in the stock market, if you think Kerry's wrong, go for safety. Look at the risk curve. If they aren't making money, if they're a new IPO and they're way out there on the risk curve, get rid of them. Come back and buy those people who have money in the bank. Come back and buy those people who are going to be part of the future, not part of the past. I think that McDonald's, Hilton hotels, your credit card companies, I think they will all sink between now and the end of the year back to their lows of March 25th or whenever it was. Because the pandemic is not going to be, it's not going to go away. It's going to get worse. We're going to see that as a result of this past holiday. We're going to see that, and we're going to see it as a result of the college students. And I'll be damned if they aren't starting college football. Money grubbing pigs, putting those young boys' lives at risk so that they can get their TV money for playing college football. Shame on you. Shame on you. That is why the education system as we know it today is going away. It's a money-grubbing pig. It charges people $50,000 for an education, and they come out and they can't get a job. It's going away. So, I'm in cash, and I'm feeling damn good about it. Am I down? Yeah, the bond market, I got out immediately this morning. And I'll buy back into the 6 companies I own sometime probably just before the president. And that's another thing. What about your senator? What about your House of Representatives? And don't you say they aren't yours. You put them there. Let's talk about college. College kid has to go off to college. He needs some money. Mom says, give him $3,000. Dad says, no, give him $1,000. He can get by on just $1,000. No, give him $3,000. No, give him $1,000. The kid has to go off to college, and he doesn't get a damn penny because mom and dad are back there arguing about it. And they can't make up their minds. And you put them in office. And you're going to put them in office again. Get rid of them. They are not representing me. They may be representing you, but they're not representing me. Get rid of them. We can do all this on the internet.